Hello guys, hopefully you can hear me. I always have to check the delay. I think we're good. So, hello everyone. How are we all? A try before you buy. Yeah, that is true. Hopefully it's realistic looking enough to actually be a try before you buy. Yeah, the hot weather is just a nightmare, isn't it? It's raining here now, which is good, but yeah, it's still pretty warm. It's quite warm. I've had to turn the fan off obviously because of the noise, but hopefully I'll be able to survive. The windows are open. Hopefully people will decide not to be too noisy. Good, you can hear me. How many zookeepers work at Whipsnade? I don't really know. Quite a few. There's about 4. Trying to remember. There's about 11 of us on my team, so, and there's about 7 or 8 teams. Not all the same size, but yeah, depends on the amount of animals on there. So, as some of you might know, I did try and do this about, was it a week ago maybe? Can't remember. No, it was probably longer. A few weeks ago, and my internet died and just never came back. So I thought I would do it again this week instead of a video today, because I've been quite busy and it's been a bit of a struggle trying to get everything done. So yeah, I decided to do this tour again. Hopefully the internet will be alright and won't cut out. So we'll do it. Last time people said they wanted to do it in first person, like in Tegid cam mode, so I will go through it like that, and then maybe at the end, or if there's anything people want to see in particular, we'll hop back out, have a look above. So, because I've not actually done the entrance, so the entrance is down there somewhere. So I thought I would start in this corner with the bison. So oh, we had a 12-hour power cut the other day. Yeah, that's not good. I'm wondering if we might get power cuts with these storms that are coming as well. Hopefully not during the stream, because that would be really annoying. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I'll just go around fairly casual. If you've got any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. And yeah, we'll just have a little wander around. So yeah, this is the Bison Enclosure. 3 bison in there. It's obviously I haven't done all that side of it, so that's where the chimps are, on that side. And then down here we've got the yard. Oh good, they're getting fed, that's nice. See if they'll come over. So we've actually got European bison, but obviously we don't have them in game, so we've got American bison in there, but they're not too bad. The main differences between them, the shape of them. So the Europeans don't have as a bigger kind of hump on their back. They're a bit taller, like a bit sort of leggier, not quite as stocky. And the furs are kind of a little bit different. They don't have quite a sort of distinct fluffy bit around the head. But yeah, in general they're not too bad. A replacement obviously being bison as well. Do I know the names of all the animals? Do you mean the ones in real life or the ones in the game? Because I have no idea what the ones in the game are. I'm probably going to replace their names with the ones, their real names at some point. But I was sleeping on Tuesday, my TV banged from the lightning. Oh god, that is scary. I always worry that lightning's going to strike, come through the power in my room or something. Yeah, so there's the bison. Fairly open enclosure, but nice big space that goes all the way down there to the back. In real life, I know all the ones that I work with. I know that have names, which most of them do. I know quite a few of the ones around the zoo that I don't work with because I've worked with a lot of them before, but not all of them. So we've got Bomb, Boris and Bialowitsa, these guys. So this is the yard, which I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. The main different thing is the fencing. The fencing is not quite right, but this is kind of the style, but it will be with like metal bars, and it just would have been too much to do that the whole way around as a custom. So I thought the electric strands gave the same kind of vibe. I'm sure some of you will have watched the actual episodes of these builds, so I might be repeating a lot of stuff, but if anyone's new or hasn't watched the episodes, then hopefully you will find out some of the details. So yeah, yard of Raceway. Have a look in there. I've just done it quite simple, but it's just a basic house, some bedding, little custom trough. I don't think they can actually use it though. Yeah, so that is the bison. And around this side, got this little mural, which is quite nice. This actually worked perfectly for what I wanted. There's a kind of cave art, like European cave art mural thing on this wall, and I didn't really know how I was going to replicate it, but this bison piece that they've actually got in the game works really well. It's a similar kind of colour, this kind of pale yellowish brownish colour. So yeah, I was really happy with that. And then this is like the keeper access doors and things. There's a storeroom, the house, view down the side of the yard. So there's still a lot of work to do down around the front here. So all of this is like a wooded area, which is a car park. So yeah, still a lot of work to do there, but it's kind of one of those things where I want to blend in once I've sort of figured out roads and things like that. So let's walk down this way as I've got my temporary staff huts. I'm still struggling to figure out where I'm going to put them. I think there's an area down there which I might be able to use, but in general you can see how tall that building is. So pretty much these doors I'm kind of going for 2 meters is kind of a standard height. It's kind of just tall enough for a person to go through, which makes sense. But these are 4 meters, and you don't need all this height on it, really. Obviously it's nice, but because they've done the interiors. But in terms of just placing something that can be used in something custom, I guess for me, because I'm using real life stuff, it's more awkward because we don't have many buildings that are over 4 meters tall. So yeah, I'm going to struggle where to put them. I might have to make some weird little underground cave that can be used, that people can just go down into and pop up again. But yeah, all this stuff still to do with some planting, and then this is the where I said the continuation is of the bluebell woodland and stuff. So that will be a bit a bigger build to do. So along here, this is the hunting dogs. So you can see one in there. So we've got, it's quite weird actually looking into Edgecam, because I still try and get down at this angle, but it's weird actually seeing it properly. But it's good. I'm happy. It looks, I think, fairly accurate. The only thing, as if you've seen the fencing video, there's no overhangs on this, which there should be. But yeah, it's not too bad. Do the bison breed? Not at the minute. We've only got girls at the minute, but we'll see, maybe in the future. But yeah, not for now. So yeah, this is the hunting dogs. So we've got this path that goes up here. So originally this was wolves in here, and this whole area was like a European area. And then they, when we lost the wolves, we got the hunting dogs in, and it was sort of made part of the Africa area instead, because there's Africa stuff all behind it. So yeah, so this is the main kind of viewing pathway. So we've got that kind of wooded bit at the back in that corner, and then the rest of it is a bit more open. Hopefully it's not sort of laggy. I thought I'd do it on instead of having it in pause. I thought I'd leave it playing because it's a bit nicer to walk around with it playing. As you can see, there's no guests in here because the zoo's still closed. I just keep it as being closed to stop any lag, and also I need to try and figure out where guests go, because I did have an issue because I'm literally using the whole map. People don't really want to go all the way. They want to stop at a certain point and then turn around. At one point they walked through up to the point where I had paths that were actually within the main bit of the zoo that I'd actually done, and then they turned around, so they didn't see anything, which was annoying. But yeah, I might mess around with like spawners and things, putting spawners in different areas so that people walk through the whole zoo. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it for now while I'm still building. So yeah, this is the proper viewing area, the main viewing area for the paddock. So we've got the little shelter there, and this is the zip line, which is pretty cool. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Oh, maybe not. So yeah, this is the zip line. So I put a little bag on the end. I won't go down there because I don't know if I might be able to get back up. But yeah, I can. So yeah, this is my little zip line attached to the tree. And I'll have a look. Oh, there's one of them. So we've got 3 females in there. How many white rhinos do we have? 5. 5 white rhinos. 1 male, 4 females. I'm not painted dogs in mine at the moment. Ah, cool. That is in Yorkshire, isn't it? So I'm trying to remember where they are. I think their enclosure was quite nice. It's like in 2 parts, isn't it? Like a more open bit and then a woodland bit. So yeah, this is the little outside shelter. It's nice actually looking around because I don't really spend much time watching the animals and like looking from this point of view and stuff. It's a bit annoying that the thing's coming through there actually. It was a struggle trying to get, because I wanted to get the grass on top of that without it poking through here, which is quite difficult because the obviously you have to have a certain thickness of terrain, but I mean you can't really tell from over at the public bit, can you? So yeah, that's the viewing. What are their names? The rhinos are Sizzle, Mikumi, Tully, Clara and Bertha. I can't remember the names of the dogs actually. I don't work with them, never work with them. So on this side we've got the crane enclosure, so obviously it's empty at the minute. Hopefully we'll get something that I can put in there, some cranes or any other sort of bird, like bigger bird would be nice. But yeah, for now it will stay empty. I also potentially used to have moose in here, so this could be, if we got moose, I could put moose in there again, maybe. But yeah, we'll see. Whichever comes first, I guess. They are wattled cranes in there, which are pretty cool. Pretty cool birds. But yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, even if there was a crane in there, it would look a bit lost, wouldn't it? But yeah, hopefully we'll get something to go in there. So yeah, both of this whole walkway used to be European stuff, because it had moose in there, like European moose in that side and wolves in that side, and then the bison down there and stuff. So yeah, it's changed quite a bit in the last few years. I don't know if it was one, but it's two habitats now. The woodland bit is a holding pen. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think when I went there, which must have been 3 years ago now, there was 2 paddocks, I think. I don't know if I'm remembering it right. I've been to quite a lot of places and they all kind of merge into one sometimes. So this is the indoor viewing. So that is just a view into one of their dens, and then the rest are off show in there. But they can't use any of this, and these are all kind of fake slides, but it's more for the aesthetic. So yeah, come down up here. So this is the kind of more wooded area of the crane paddock, and then got around a little fenced off bit, a lot of planting and trees and things here. And then the Giraffe House. So let's see, which way should we go? I think we'll go that way and then come back up to the giraffes, because then we can go and see the red pandas and the otters and that side of things. So yeah, carry on down here. Another little planted area in this triangle. And then yeah, this is the actual crane enclosure. Some custom tree guards and things. What type of bongo do we have? Just mountain bongo. Eastern mountain bongo. So yeah, that is the crane enclosure. If we continue down here, more trees and things. So this is just a works shed, so I still need to do that. This is just a rough kind of outline and measuring and stuff. So I measured the building and then measuring how far away it was from the fence and stuff like that. So yeah, not finished, but I'll try and get to that at some point. These kind of little buildings are the awkward ones. I don't really want to do a whole episode on this shed, but I'll have to try and fit it in somewhere, or maybe even on a live stream or something. Try and do it. I'm not sure exactly, because it's not the most exciting thing, but you know, all these bits make part of the zoo, so they're all kind of important bits. So come down here. So this is the house for the crane and for the zebra, the male zebra. So none of the interior's done again. There's a complete mess in there, but yeah, if we were to go through out here, so this is the male zebra yard and the paddock, and then we'll turn around. This is the cranes. So the cranes, we've got again the same sort of netting that I use for the aviary. So just using the fairy lights, the Arctic string lights, whatever they're called, to make the kind of frame sort of thing for it. So that just gives the impression of there being a net, when actually, obviously, there's only a few strands on there. Got a little bit of mulch on the floor and some logs and things. But yeah, that is the crane bit. As I said before in that one, I like the impression that it gives, like there is something above, but it is not completely obscured. Like you can still see the sky and everything through it. But yeah, it wasn't massive amounts of work, because the aviary stuff is hard, netting is hard to try and make. Even this took ages, but yeah, it's not too bad. How many zebras do we have? We have what have we got? 1 and 5. 1 and 5? Yeah, so we've got 6 male and 5 females. Lose track. So yeah, that is this little keeper area and house. Did the guttering and stuff. I do think guttering makes a difference, so if you can include it, try it out. It's not too hard when you when they all line up properly. And we've got a little shed here, a little fenced off bit here, which is where we have waste disposal stuff. And then yeah, that is the gardener's shed. So this road will continue down here eventually and go up here. And this is the Otters. So it seems like ages ago that I did the Otters. Someone on Facebook did an amazing netting outer rope. It looked real, yeah. There are some really cool stuff. There is some really cool stuff even. There's some good stuff on Steam as well if you don't want to make it yourself. As I said in my Fences Planet Zookeeper episode. But yeah, I might try and do a tutorial sort of thing on aviaries netting stuff, just on basic stuff. Been thinking about maybe doing that, because a lot of people seem to be maybe trying to do that recently, so it might be useful. So yeah, this is the Otters. So this took ages, as you can imagine, with the all of this is fake path, all of the pool is lined. You've got all the terrain and stuff inside, the little waterfall, planting, rock work, a little bridge. This is the keeper access bridge. I wonder if I can actually use it to go across there. Don't know if that worked. So yeah, this is the Otter Island. Asiatic short-clawed otters. Then this is the house. Is underground, and I used the little switch, I think it was. Is that a switch? Can't remember now, it was ages ago. Used that as their little cat flap sort of thing in the main door, which I think looks quite cute. So yeah, the otters. There would be a kind of pool up here, but I couldn't do it because of the scale. Obviously, with certain things, it's really difficult to do in the right scale because I'm doing just one to one ratio. So yeah, everything has to be exactly right, which is hard. So yeah, the annoying thing is I can't put path around because the water goes like around here underneath because this is all fake. So I can at least get the impression of the path joining here with my fake path and my real path. How do they share with other animals? You will see when we get to them. So, more temporary staff buildings up there. A horrendous path. So yeah, down here we've got the red pandas. This bit is really annoying, but I don't really know. I was trying to figure out a better way to do it, and I did struggle to find a way to make it work out. Because again, this is all fake pathing and stuff like that. So, because I had to get the terrain lowered all the way around. So yeah, this is the red pandas. Fairly small, big tree. Best tip, if anyone ever goes to a zoo to see a red panda enclosure, look up first. They do come to the ground a lot and they've got little nest boxes and stuff, but yeah, pretty much you're going to want to look up to the trees. It's quite a dense tree, isn't it? It's not as dense in real life, it's probably bigger but more spread out. Where are ya? Have I completely missed it? Oh, it's there. Well, the game ones obviously don't spend as much time in the trees, but real ones, that would be my tip. Hey, there he is. Darren. I don't know how if I'm pronouncing your name right. Darren. Thanks for joining. We were just talking about your netting and, well, not necessarily yours, but I was thinking about your snow leopard stuff. It looks so good. Yorkshire just got some in. Oh yeah, red pandas. I saw that. And they've got short-clawed otters, hyenas, red pandas. Yeah, They've just recently got loads of cool stuff. The hyenas are cool with geladas. They've got geladas as well. They'd be a nice one for the game. So yeah, loads of cool stuff happening at Yorkshire. I have to go back. It's always nice when you've gone somewhere and you see lots of new stuff each time you go. So yeah, this was quite hard to make, just in terms of like terrain and stuff. But it looks pretty cool. I think it looks quite realistic to how it looks in real life. So moving on, we've got these little cheeky chappies. So we've got Squirrel Monkeys in here, but obviously we don't have them in the game, so we've got the Capuchins in here. There's one. That's good. Didn't know if we'd actually see them properly in here. A lovely big island for them, being quite small monkeys, and Squirrel Monkeys even smaller than them. But yeah, all the same thing with the lined pool, or moat in this case, going all the way around, which again took ages. Some good roping. It's the first time I've done a lot of roping and stuff, which is nice. And they can use most of it. This is on Steam as well. This rope, all the kind of rope climbing structure is on Steam, and the Otter Island is on Steam as well. If anyone did want to use it for their zoos. So yeah, a lot of custom fencing. If you haven't noticed already, most of the standoff areas are similar style, just kind of basic wooden one like this. They just vary a little bit in how many strands they have, or heights and things like that. Then we've got the little house down here. This is on Steam as well. This house, you can connect the two up if you wish. But yeah, it's I think it looks quite good actually. It turned out quite nicely. It's just kind of a holding pen basically, instead of the an actual main enclosure. So that, yeah, obviously the whole thing is a moat, but they've got holding if they need to be shut in for any reason. And they've got a little bridge as well down here. Got a little bark pit, little forage pit, more roping and stuff. A few little actual sort of platformy things in there too. Yeah, the roping took a long time because I wanted to make them actually connect properly with these little chunks. It's really good, the South America stuff. There we go, got some. It'd be nice if we could see one of them climb up there, because they do use it. They can use all these ropes, the tree, these smaller trees I think. I need to go back and see new stuff. Need a new 360 cam. Oh, that would be cool. 360. Yeah, it'd be cool. Cool to have a little trip back. So, yeah, just some more planting and stuff. And if you've watched the episode, you'll see this is where my habitat gate is. It's really stupid, but you know, you have to give yourself certain liberties doing this in a recreation. I could not put the habitat gate. My options really were having this or having a tunnel that went right underneath, and I opted for this. So it's just hidden behind a tree, so they come around. There's an old barrier that goes across there, across the path, so they come in, and she's in the enclosure there now, and then she comes out. So the only issue is when, if like the vets take an animal out and then bring it back, they place it here on the floor, so I would have to come back in and pick it up and put it back in the enclosure, which is a pain, but I rarely actually play with the game played anyway, so I just every now and then get the message that they've escaped and I come back and put them in. So yeah, that is the... oh, there's one climbing. That's cool. Where's it gone? They normally go up there and then they go down, shimmy down that big log. Oh. I was just gonna sit up there. It's not even... oh, it is moving. I thought it wasn't moving. I'll talk about the giraffes when I get up to the giraffes, which will be, we'll probably go back up there now, I think. There we go, they're climbing. It's nice to see them climb. It's still a bit janky movements, these, but it's still pretty cool. It's cool just the fact that they use it even if the animation isn't like amazing. It's clever there that they can tell where to change from walking down to shimmying on like upside down kind of. Clever. That is clever. Right, moving on. So yeah, all that side is still to do, so that's a main sort of road that goes down there where I've lined out with the sand. Then this is the Nilgai Paddock, so if we have a look from here just briefly and then we'll follow it back down that way up to the giraffes and then we'll come back down the other side. It's a quite, as I've said before in like videos and stuff, it's the biggest zoo in the UK, and I'm using the whole map, and it's not going to be all of it. So the whole of the zoo, the whole of Planet Zoo map that we're allowed to build on, I will use, and I won't be able to do the whole of the real zoo in a one-to-one scale because it's too big for the Planet Zoo map. So I've cut certain bits out, but yeah, it's a bit tricky in terms of we're gonna have to go back on ourselves at certain points. There's a main loop, a main road that goes all the way around. People can drive their cars around, and then stop and park and get out and go and see things. And then there's one actual drive-through part with some deer and camels in it. So that we'll do some of it. But yeah. So there's obviously a lot of paths and bits to cut through, so yeah, we'll probably end up going back on ourselves a bit, but that's alright. We'll try and have a look at different things each time we go back through. So yeah, this is the bottom corner of the Nilgai Paddock, so just a little shelter, a couple of trees, and then that goes all the way down here. So that ends here, and then these two, so we've got this standoff area here, and then this is Giraffe Paddock. How many animals do I work with? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Probably around, I'm going to guess 50, but that's probably wrong. I think 5, 6, 6. Maybe less, maybe 40. I don't know. I could count, but that might be quite boring. But, yeah, something like that. Quite a few. So yeah, this is the Giraffe Paddock. So the Giraffe, as I've said before, are the largest wild cattle in the world. I think that's right, in the world? Yeah, the largest species of wild cattle. So they are replaced here in the game the African buffalo. We're the only place that has Giraffe in the UK, which is quite cool. They're really, really nice species. I don't work with them anymore, but I used to, and they're very cool. Does Whipsnade have lions? We do. We do have lions. I haven't done them yet. It's going to be quite a challenging one, I think, that one. I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to do a realistic in 2 zoos in game, and copy the last in bits. Hang on, I'm confused. Going to do a realistic in 2 zoos in game, then copy the last info bits. I don't really know what you mean, pinkies. But yeah, so this is the Giraffe, so we'll follow this round. tree guards, important. There'll be an upcoming Planet Zookeeper episode. So yeah, that is their paddock, and then they've got a little shelter out there as well, a little field shelter, and then we've got the house. So this actually does still need a bit of finishing off. Like this sort of side of the building I still actually haven't been back to and finished, so I might try and do that in a stream or something at some point. And then this is the main house, so this has turned out pretty well, I think. I haven't got doors on the building for the animals, but in general, like the layout and everything, I'm quite happy with it. We've got this bit at the side, sorry, a bit sleepy. Mound here. So this is all keeper area, so all fenced off, so a little bit of trees and stuff in there. This is where the tipper is, the bin tipper, and then this is the front. What enclosure are we at? This is the gower. So yeah, there's this kind of retaining wall thing, which are always really hard to do because there's always this kind of sloped gap if you want it right up against the wall, which is a bit annoying, but if you've got the long grass in there, it doesn't look too bad. You'll see some bits of grass and stuff there. So yeah, this still needs a bit of touching up, finishing off. So yeah, I'll try and do that at some point in the future. So we'll go around to the giraffes. So this is the giraffe enclosure. So we've got this fencing. I potentially will still change because it should be taller, sort of pretty much that sort of height, where that middle fence is, but it's just a bar along the top, so the bottom is mesh and then there's like bars coming up from there and then just a solid bar around, so it would have to be a custom thing, so I haven't done it yet, but I might still do it, but for now I've just left it as chain link. And then on this bit we've got no fencing, and there's just kind of a moat, not a moat, so where it acts as a moat, a water barrier, pool drinker thing over there. So carry on around, so they've got one big shelter outside, which I've done very basic, and I might change it in the future, but I'm fairly happy with it and the way it looks and everything. I think it looks okay. So we've got 5 giraffe in there. So, have I heard of the new update coming out? Different variants? Yeah, that'd be quite cool. It'd be interesting to see which animals have it as well. And they're doing 3 different levels. So subtle, medium, and like basically not much, average, and then a lot, aren't they? So that would be pretty cool. Apparently these guys will get a variant as well, slightly darker and lighter patches, I think, was what was in the picture that they shared. The wolves look like they'll be quite cool. And even the bison, when they showed the bison, just slight darker coats or lighter coats, looks pretty cool. So yeah, carry on this way. The giraffes' names, we've got Luna, Ijuma, Kahari, Bashu, and Nuru. So this is their yard, sort of sand paddocky yard area. So they've got a grass paddock and then a sandy area as well. Now I think last time when I tried this I was able to walk up here, so that's cool. Right, excellent. So this is the main viewing area outside. So we've got a ramp on this side and then some stairs over the other side there. So this comes around, try not to fall off, to this big roundel area. This is the main viewing, so pretty good view from up here. Whether they're in the yard or in the paddock. Yep, 5 giraffes. So we've also got this kind of planted area in the middle here. I'll probably come running now if there's food in there. Here's a big boy, that one. Oh, you gone past it, mate. There we go. I don't know why I just did a little dance then. I haven't put any of the high feeders in because they don't quite go with the aesthetic, so I haven't really put any of the feeders in for any animals because we don't really have any that are like that, just like big bowls, like massive great big bowls on the floor. They'll either be things that hook on fences, or they'll just be stuff that's placed on the floor like this, or in sort of racks on the wall, that sort of thing. The hanging browse poles that they've got are still good, but they don't quite match what we've got, so I've just left all feeders and things out so they have to eat from the floor, but it's only a game. In real life we would tie up. So any babies, our youngest is just over a year, so he's still fairly small. So this leads up to the indoor viewing area, so you can see the yard there. Oh, someone's late to the party. So I haven't made this all up, so it's all looks rubbish from the inside, and I probably won't, because to get the aesthetic from the outside it messes up the inside. But this is the indoor viewing area, and then through there's a separate house, or separate side of the house, which is all off show. So I think I can come out here, can I? Can I walk on this? Yes, okay, good. So on this side then we've just got some stairs, which took a while to make. And then you can go through here and have a look. There's a window here that you can look through too. So, and my paddock access is through there for the in-game keepers. Then, yeah, that is a view from the actual side of the building. So I still need to do this little planted area here, and I think that's it for like this corner that still needs to be done. Why has somebody unliked? I don't know. Oh well. So this is this side. So I still need to do a couple of little touch-ups there. There's some sliding doors up the top for storage, the storage area, so I need to add them in. But otherwise, we've got all the windows and doors and things. So I customised these with some art pieces to make it look like they're windows in the doors, in the wooden doors. Then this is our bluebell woodland, and we'll have a look at this bit of the hunting dogs too. I forgot about this side. So that is the house, obviously, as we saw before, and we went down that way. But if you come this way, you can see the art pieces on the fence. So pretty cool, and I am really happy with how they turned out. I think they look really good. It is annoying still that they are quite thick, but in terms of the actual size of the pieces, they worked better. And yeah, so just 3 of them. They're all different poses, all colours. They're all definitely all different colorations, but a couple of different poses, and then this kind of border as well on the top and bottom, which I debated about whether to put in or not, but I thought I would do it. And yeah, that's the side of the building. So then if you come round, this is their smaller paddock that they have, and just their sort of yard areas under here. Then the bluebell woodland. So this is pretty cool, I think, and I think it's turned out quite nice. So yeah, this proper bluebell woodland sort of shape. Oh, I hear a noise. What was that? Heard a noise. Is it going to show it on there? Or have I missed it? I must have missed it. Ah, subscriber. Thank you, Matthias. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Matthias. Oh, there we go. It's popped up. Thank you for the sub. So, yeah, there's always a delay when you hear the noise. The noise comes through first, and then not the actual thing on the screen. So yeah, this is the bluebells. I'm really happy. So you can see they are purple, as they should be. They should be like that purpley colour. In the dark, they look a bit blue, but yeah, I think I wanted to get that kind of carpeted in bluebells vibe because this is one of the nicest bits in the zoo. Really nice natural woodland, like the bluebells literally cover the whole floor. So it's so many pieces this. But I think it's worth it. So the only thing I was saying before in the hunting dogs episode, which is what I did this in, is that all this bit is between the bongo over there and the hunting dogs there. So it may be, in terms of saving piece count, that I keep kind of, if you're over at the giraffes, so if you're over here, I might keep up to here or something so that you can still see that it's there from this side, but then everything else in between all of this, potentially remove it or just move it, because all of this area that's covered in brown is pretty much the same, and then it kind of fades out sort of over towards here to where the car park is. So potentially I will get rid of all the stuff there and just put it in here, so I can save on piece count, and only the bits that you'll be able to see if you're looking down in the zoo will actually be there. So yeah, I might do that at some point because there is so many pieces in this. Even though it does, I'm really happy with how it looks. How many cows do we have? We have 4, I think it is 4. 3 males, 3 females and a male. So yeah, this is me testing out different plants for the bluebells. That was the best shape, but I didn't really like. I don't know. I didn't really like it. I felt like the other ones worked better, so I'll have to delete that. But there's still a lot of planting and bits to do in this little patch here. So we've got the antelope, the bongo, and then the giraffe bit. This patch in between needs some trees and bits. And then we've got this side of the house. And then the yard for the actual proper yard for the giraffes on that side. All custom doors and things, which are now in the workshop, which have actually done really well. I'm very happy. They're probably my number one item now. So if we go, I think we'll go up this way to the bongo. So this is the bongo, and then we'll do white rhinos, and then we'll come back down to the antelope, I think. So yeah, this is the Bongo Enclosure, so there's still just a little bit more tree work to do, I think, at the back, because there's a few trees in the paddock itself, but otherwise pretty much done. So we've got these little fenced off bits with trees in, and some actual individual trees as well. So obviously, again, so all of the stuff behind the backdrop should be trees there, but it just looks a bit empty at the minute. Hello, I've got one here. Coming over to say hello. Obviously one of my favourites, as you can probably tell from the name of the channel. They are beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, well, not when they do that necessarily, but they are beautiful. So So yeah, that is the Bongo Enclosure. We'll come down here. So this is the first enclosure I actually did properly and to scale and everything, so there's still bits like this that aren't actually finished. So yeah, I'll probably have to do maybe just a stream where I actually go around and do some finishing up bits for some of the stuff that I haven't actually finished yet. So this is the yards and the house, so they can actually use this, which is nice. As they're going to demonstrate. Luckily the hitboxes and things work out for this. So we've got some of the mulch on the floor has a kind of bark substrate, and then we've got the actual house behind. Yeah, I really like the fact that they can actually use them. So, and then we've got, I don't think they can get into here from that door, but then in this yard here, so they've got access to this bigger yard here, and then they can get under here for shelter in game. But obviously they can use it in real life. And then we've just got some more yards here as well, the same sort of style. And then around the side, just a little retaining wally bit again, and then some temporary staff bits, and then all this is not finished. Well, not started. So this is where the main road runs down, where this wooden fencing is. Can you do some more episodes? I know I need to. This is one of the things I was going to talk about as well in this stream today, about plans for what I'm doing. So we'll talk about that at the end maybe. So White Rhino House, so this is the newest one. So we've got this little undercovered area here, and then this is the main viewing area, so it's all glass on the outside, wooden glass, and then coming inside. Oh dear. Oh, I'm stuck on the roof now, aren't I? I'm gonna have to come out. No. I don't know why this happens, it's very annoying. Oh, there we go. Right, let's get that done. Where's our man Tedged can? It's a shame we can't move them straight from here. Have to go to him first. Oh, sorry mate, you're resting. I'm going to place him over there because otherwise it will take forever to get over there. Already has it put me back on the roof? How is that possible? Okay, right. That's better. So I can't remember how that happened, but let me just try and be very careful then. So this is the White Rhino House. So really detailed interior for once. If you haven't already seen the episode, then check it out. I did a speed build for it. Let me hide that. So yeah, loads of doors, slides. We've got some custom troughs, bedding, heaters hanging from the roof and things on the walls, lighting, some beams and things along for roof supports and stuff. So yeah, loads of oh no. Why? Let's just go for this one. Please don't jump to the roof here. Oh. Now I'm stuck in the wall. Oh, there we go, okay. Right. So yeah, that is the White Rhino house. Similar sort of style for each den, stall, stable. And then hopefully we'll end up on the roof again. So this is the outside yard. So yeah, fairly simple, just a nice big yard, a couple of hanging logs and things, and some ones on the floor for them to knock about. More custom doors and gates and things. So that is it from the outside. If we have a look just around the at the keeper service area as well. So this is the keeper area. Some doors into the house and things. Hay storage, hay and straw storage, and bin tipper thing. It's so clean, thank you. It's yeah, it's very cool. It doesn't really look like that in real life. It's quite an old building, so but the game makes it look very nice. So yeah, if we just have a look around here as well, in the yards, so we've got these yards, more gates and things, and then we've got their little training area. They walk through there and then do whatever training they want to do, and they come out. So yeah, that is the White Rhino house. Happy with that one, how it turned out. Very happy. Because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do it justice, but I think I have. There's always stuff that I could change up, like some of this fencing and things, but I'm fairly happy with it how it is. And then if I decide I want to do any more, any touching up of certain areas, then I will do that later. How have I done lighting? Oh yeah, I should show you night time, shouldn't I? So. Right, so lighting wise, will it let me just go on here? Oh, don't go on the roof. Okay, oh no. Okay, so lighting wise, so we've got red lights here for the heaters. So there's a few heaters dotted about, and then we've got these ones on the roof, so actual proper lights. For if it's dark, so that you can see. Then these things, these fairy lights, are supposed to be like thin chain, so they are all just turned onto black lights. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the lighting. I will be covering lighting in a future Planet Zookeeper episode, which will be quite cool. I'm very happy with how that first one's done, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to do the new ones. So I don't know whether it will be its own episode or or whether to include it probably in an episode just on animal houses. That was my plan originally, to just do one on animal housing. But yeah, I don't know whether I will do its own one. I don't know if there's enough to talk about. Thank you, thanks. I'm glad it looks nice. Yeah, the lighting is a tricky one. You don't want too much, but you don't want too little. It's hard. I will talk about it more in the episode, but it most lighting is functional, really. You don't need lighting for the sake of it, and most zoos aren't open at 11 o'clock at night or throughout the night, so you don't really need lighting. So yeah, that is the white rhino. So we'll come back down here. Go up the mound. Oh. Am I not in Tejicam? I thought I was in Tejicam. No, I'm not. Wow. Silly me. Right, okay. So, no, we don't have tapirs. So we'll come down here. So this is the viewing area up here for this paddock. So this is the two paddocks combined. So the white rhinos and the antelope they share this whole paddock, but there is a divide in the middle with a gate open at the end, so they can be split into two if needs be. But yeah, in general they are always open. So yeah, hopefully we'll get white rhinos at some point and they can be in there, because that will make a big difference, I think, to this enclosure. We've still got a lot of antelope in here, but it's yeah, it's still looking like it's missing something. Do you mean white rhinos, not black rhinos? Did I say black rhinos? I didn't think I did, but maybe I did. So yeah, so we've got Gemsbok, which we do have. We've got Neada in place of Sitatunga, which we have. And then no replacement for the white rhinos. Really, nothing would really work. So yeah, this is their little viewing area, and then down here is the house. Got this random fenced off bit that has water in sometimes. And then yeah, this is their house down here. So random stuff like this. I was going to leave it open so people could get in there, but I don't think I will now. I'll just block it off and put a fake door on. But yeah, you can see their houses. So again, they can use this main yard, but I've put these are to stop the rhinos going in here. Even though the antelope should be able to get through there, they can't because of the hitbox size and stuff. So I've put in these blockers on the sides, but not on this one, so that they can still get through and use this bit of the house as shelter. So lovely Gemsbok. So we've got quite a lot out there. We've got is it 11 Sitatunga and 6 Gemsbok? That's right. Again, lose track. So yeah, so this is their house. So that's where the Giraffe House is, so you can get your bearings. And we've just got a strip of trees and stuff down here. And this is the enclosure. So there's a few logs and things, a few patches of trees, but mostly quite sort of open and grazing for them all. And then we've got the ha-ha down here, so the little ramp that I talked about in the fencing episode. So you're kind of on the same level as the animals. And you only have a little fence to look over instead of a big fence. It's a shame they don't spread out a little bit more. I do think they tend to stick around here, but I guess that's where the water and where the keepers place the food, sort of closer here to here, and the water is around there, and the shelter, like the actual hard shelter, is there, so they all kind of stick around there. It's a shame they can't get anything from grazing, so like if they had long grass, they can get food from it. That would be quite cool. But yeah, we don't have that obviously. So yeah, all this stuff still to do. The old Red River Paddock and things, the lions, the oryx, but it's yeah, as I've said before, it's going to be a lot of terrain work to get it all to work, and meerkats as well. So yeah, it's all kind of so intertwined that it's hard to break it down into specific episodes. But yeah, we'll see how we go with that one. But yeah, this is the rest of the White Rhino Antelope Enclosure. We'll just go around here and have a look at the little pond, the BOC pond, because that is a nice little bit down there. Takes a while. So yeah, that is the join there. So if we get white rhinos, I'll probably open that and then everyone can go everywhere. But yeah, this is the pond, which I'm really happy with. I think it looks quite nice. So the Sitatunga can come in here. They are swamp dwelling antelope, so they've got this nice pond that they can go into. And then there's an old shelter here that used to have, I think it used to have waterfowl in it, I think. And I think it looks alright actually. There's still a bit of fencing work again, like some fencing, odd little bits to finish up, but in general that area is kind of done. This is quite a nice little area. Planting and bits. And then if we look, yeah, so around here is where the entrance to the building is. Random bit sticking out there. So yeah, that is the pond. How big is that enclosure? I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't remember. But they do say that the whole of London Zoo can fit into this enclosure, like these two paddock, the bits of the paddock, which is crazy. But yeah, that is. I think it's. I don't know if it's 30 something acres or something. 36 is in my mind. Right, so carry on. Go have a look at the zebras now. Are they always allowed to share with the antelope? Yeah, pretty much. They're always together. And how many antelope do you have? Yeah, so do you mean in this whole area, or just in that enclosure? Because I said about that enclosure. Yeah, so this is all under construction. Don't know why I'm going down there. We've got the zebras. So this is the zebra enclosure. Zebra and waterbuck. So I've put wildebeest in instead of waterbuck. Waterbuck are one of my favourites, so hopefully we'll get them, but I doubt it. Yeah, so this is the zebra paddock next to the giraffes there, and the gower down here. This is the waterbuck house. So still need to do some detailing on it, like doors and things. Little yard, and just basic like entrance to the house in the enclosure. So yeah, we have 11, I think 11 Sitatunga, a Blesbok, and 6 Gamesbok, I think. Yeah. Then, yeah, this is the zebra house. This is all public viewing that goes through there, but a lot of these houses have public viewing corridor sort of down here. But I decided not to do the interiors properly and people wouldn't be able to use it, so I left it as a just for show really, and so that the zebras can just go inside and use it as shelter. The antelope in the white rhino pen. They're all in the same enclosure, so the white rhinos and all those antelope share a paddock. So yeah, same. A lot of these houses have the same sort of structure. So we'll stay up here because it's quite a good view. So they've got the various different yards and things. Normally a bigger one and then some smaller ones. Kind of raceway thing all the way down, and then just some access points there. There's a lot of poo in there. Need someone in there. And then we've got Grevy's zebra as well, which is a difference. These are just plain zebra, but zebra's a zebra in the game's eyes, I suppose. These are cool though. Very cool animals, the wildebeest. Then, yeah, if we come down here, this is the other side of the Nilgai. So where we were before was down there, near the Squirrel Monkey Island. So this is the opposite side. So follow the path. More of the zebras. 6 games block. How many others? I think it's 11. And a Blesbok. So then this is the Nilgai House. So a couple of big yards, and then just some access to the house. There's nothing in here currently. I couldn't really find a good replacement, I don't think, for them. I'll have to double check the list that I had of stuff that I was going to put in as replacements, but I don't think I had anything to go in here. Hopefully we'll get them at some point. If we had like an Asian DLC or something, Nilgai Blackbuck could be quite cool. And then we'll have a look from above better for that one because it's such a big area. So this is the Flamingos. What other animals share with the Rhino? Yeah, so Setunga, Oryx and Blesbok. So this is the Flamingos, so we've got a little holding area at the back. This is the actual house with some viewing windows in it, which has not really done the interior very well properly. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. And then yeah, this is the actual enclosure. So I can't remember how many I put in there. We've obviously got quite a few, but in game it's hard to have loads. I don't really know how many we've got. So yeah, I might come back to this one and redo some of it because I feel like I might be able to do it a bit better than I have already done it. But yeah, we'll see how I go. And then now we're stuck, so we'll either go that way or this way. I think we'll go this way. So yeah, that is the Flamingos. And this is the other side of the zebras and waterbuck. So just some sandy patches, some trees. I think I still need to put a couple of trees in down this corner. So this is our hog deer area now. So some of the stuff will get moved around every now and then, but hog deer in here at the minute, which we don't have in the game. I don't have anything in there, although I think I was going to put in one of the gazelle, just something small in here. Just seen a floating tree there. So yeah, there needs to be a lot more planting at the back along this strip, but there's a paddock behind that I need to sort before I do that. And this is the entrance to the drive-through. So I'm still debating whether to try and put some sort of safari truck ride in there. And then this is the house. Let's try and sort that roof out. So we've got a smaller paddock here, there's another paddock there, and then this is the main paddock on this side. And then at the back we've got this kind of strip of trees and things in between the two paddocks. And this one is split into two, or can be split into two, along this fence line here, but otherwise they can just have all this too. So you can kind of tell the stuff I did before I started doing the YouTube videos and the stuff that I've done since, because the stuff since is, I think, a bit better. There's definitely no floating trees, so I'll get remove them. But yeah, so we'll come down here. So all that's still the zebras. So this is the cheetahs. So we've got this little viewing patch here. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. So yeah, we've got this enclosure split into two. So there's one on this side, one enclosure, and then over this bit we've got the kind of non-fence view with the moat. Then we've got the road coming down here, and this is the kind of sort of little village area where you've got the viewing hut and things. So another view from here, and this is the actual viewing area. Oh no, stuck on a roof again. Let's find them again. Forgotten where the pathing is. There. Okay. Right. Go back in. So. Come in here. Will it let me, or is I'm going to get stuck again? Okay. So. Yeah, so we've got this little bit here with the glass viewing. And then we've got this little bit that comes out, so then this is where the enclosure is split, so then we've got another enclosure on this side. Panda Boy, I did answer your question before. If you go back, I've said it a couple of times. So yeah, this is a similar sort of style on this side, with a bit that's got the kind of water moat thing for uninterrupted viewing. And then we've got this bit that comes down here, so you can see again into this side, and there's a cheetah there. Yeah, I am happy with this one. When I came back to it in the fencing episode and had a good look at it, I think it does look nice, and I think it looks similar to how it actually does in real life. So then we'll carry on down here to the hippos. So there is another little viewing bit here for the cheetahs as well. And then keep an area through there. And this is the hippos, so we've got Pygmy Hippo Enclosure on this side, and then another one there. We've got then this bridge that comes over, which was really hard to make in actual pathing. but eventually managed to get it not too bad looking. And this is the Hippo House, which we can come into. Hopefully I won't jump to the roof. No, cool. So this is the Hippo House. So we've got these indoor pools, which this was another one which I'm quite happy with, and it took ages to make this house, but yeah, I think it looks alright. It's a lot of planting. All of this is fake floor, like literally everything, because the water like comes out all the way down here pretty much. So yeah, the mulch, the rock, the plaster, and these blocks make up the actual sort of proper floor. What species paired is it? How many oryx and gemsbok? I can't remember how many oryx we've got. Scimitar oryx we've got. Gemsbok, I have said maybe 3 times. We've got 6. So in here we've got the common hippos. So I don't think I put any in this side actually. I think they're both in that side because their social things kept coming up as an issue. But we have got them in both sides of these paddocks. And then yeah, this is the other view for the little pygmy enclosure. I made the little pig ark that we use as a little shelter, which turned out okay. And then we've got this little bridge. So this is a fake bridge, so the path stops down here, and it doesn't link up there. I don't think I made it link up, no. But yeah, this little bridge goes over just over the pygmy pool at the edge there. So yeah, got 1 pygmy hippo. I think I put 2 in there, but we've only got 1 at the minute. And then it will come down this way. This is the common hippos from this side, the main sort of viewing for them. I'm quite happy with how the tiered water turned out, because that was quite hard to get to work, but so the water level on that one's sort of up here, and then this one's down here. So yeah, these are our hippos. That all still needs loads of work, all this stuff. But yeah, that's this corner. All the terrain, you can see how awkward the terrain is to build. It takes a lot of work. This will be the Africa outpost, like little cafe and little shop sort of thing, and toilet block. Again, it's one of those ones where I don't know when to do them. So we'll carry on around this way. Get back on ourselves a little bit. See, this is the Scimitar oryx enclosure, and through there is the lions. So we're back down this way. It's a while to get all the way back down. What's your favourite part of the job? Just being able to interact with really cool animals, really. They're all very cool. All have their own little personalities, own sort of interesting things. So yeah, that's probably just being able to be in such close contact, that sort of thing. 3 common hippos we've got. 2 males and a female. So that is the Nilgai Paddock there. And we've got the train, so this is like a bridge that goes over the train, which I'll put in at some point. And then down here we've got the lake. So this is where waterfowl, penguins, pelicans, things like that are. Again, really happy with how this one turned out. The rocks and things on the side, I'm happy with how they look. So yeah, just some planting. All this is fake path again, because I needed this kind of retaining wall, sort of straight vertical edge of the pool. Then we've got the ostrich on that side, so we'll come back down to that. We'll have a look. Actually, no, we'll look at that first and then we'll come back. So we've got the ostrich here. There she goes, charging around. So yeah, a few trees at the front, fairly newly planted ones, and then just a few patches of bits outside, but not too much stuff, fairly open. Just come to say hello. So you've got a little water thing there, a pool, custom water trough, which I think looks alright. Yeah, so there's loads more to do around that side. There's the yak there, sloth bears, the drive-through, the Asian rhinos down there, and then this big patch here is the tigers. But yeah, none of that's done yet, so we'll come back down over here to the lake. So this is the restaurant. So we've got little statues here, and then we've got our a bit of seating down here, another view of the lake, and we've got a couple of little sheds for the animals, and a little bit more of the paddock just comes right round the back here. That's kind of more off-show. And this is the aviary for a few different types of birds. Crane, some sort of crane, I think it's African crown cranes, some ibis, some ducks of some sort. So yeah, again the netting was quite difficult, but I think it looks okay. It gives that impression that there is something covering the enclosure without having to make stuff look like netting. And we've got our little fake water pond using ice there, and our proper pond here. Gravel path. Yeah, some support structures, some little perches on. A little screened off area at the back. In here. Yeah, just like rock work and stuff. So this attaches to the actual cafe itself, with some windows from the cafe, so it's quite cool. So yeah, the actual cafe itself, so we've got a raised like decking area all the way round with seating, so I made all this custom seating, which I'm quite happy with. Then we've got down here, this is like a little barbecue area. Got some steps going up and a little barbecue area in there, and then just this little enclosed bit, just a little shelter thing, cupboards, doors, some lighting. I'll go to night time. So the inside is not done. Needed all these weird art shapes and stuff inside, so it's not really going to function, but yeah, it's I still think from the outside it is fairly accurate. So if we come around the back, it's like a service area. Making this ladder thing was hard, but I quite like how it turns out. It's just a shame it's got these little sort of knobbly bits sticking out, but I quite like it. And that's a bit screened off. So when we come around here, this is where the toilet block and stuff is. So this is where the path, I've lined out all the paths. So the path comes up here, and then there's another little path that comes down this way. So you need to do some planting and bits here as well. All the toilet block and everything. And then this is the house for the aviary. the shelter. Can you add the seating onto the workshop? Yeah, I could do, actually, yeah. I should try and do that at some point. So yeah, this is the other side of the aviary and another door for the cafe or the restaurant. So yeah, you can kind of get a better view of it from this side as a whole. Thank you, Matthias. Yeah, like I said, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Matthias. Matisse? I don't know. And thank you for subscribing. I'm glad you like the look of it. Still loads more to do, but we'll get there eventually. Is that it? I think that might be it, you know. Yes. I'm trying to think now, there's so much stuff and you end up coming back. What's that over there? Yes. We've done that. This is all stuff laid out. Yeah, I think we're done. Let me come out of the Tidget cam. I'll have a look from above now. I'll just check that I've actually covered everything. So we've done that. Yeah, what's that? Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, I think we've done everything so far. So you can get a better view of what it's like at the minute. So all the bits that have this wooden bits around them are stuff that's laid out in position, but it needs to actually be done in the game. So this is like this chunk here, that's the lions, this is the red rock area, that little bit's the meerkats, and then this bigger one is the scimitar horned oryx. And then we've got some Sharaski's horses in this this enclosure here, and another animal building and stuff. So that's all actually laid out size-wise. This little paddock's laid out size-wise as well. And then the yak. I've laid the yak out, so maybe that's one to do next potentially. It's the most time-consuming thing is the terrain work, really. In a lot of cases. So you can see, especially sort of down here, where this slopes down, but then this all slopes up, and that also slopes up, but not as much. So it's just trying to get everything to match up properly. Same with this. There's like a ditch here, but a hill there, and that all slopes, and that all slopes, and that little bit's flat, and yeah, it's quite confusing trying to get it all laid out. Look, they were walking as a little herd together. So we'll have sable antelope instead of the oryx in here for now. When you do animal housing episode, are you going to add a couple of animal houses on it? Do you mean am I going to make? Do you mean I'm going to make new ones, or how do you mean? I'll probably do the same thing, just do some examples of techniques, and then I don't know whether I'll make a full animal house on there. I know we're doing Asian rhinos. I'm not sure. Probably take me a while to get to them because they're right out down here. Yeah, they're this kind of area here. So as I'm working out from the giraffes, pretty much. So I'll probably have to do all this section first. Can you show us the white rhino house? Yes. I won't go into Tedger Cam though because I'll get stuck on the roof again. This is the White Rhino house. Oh, in the workshop. Maybe. It depends. A lot of the... I've used a lot of weird like techniques and random bits of barrier and stuff like that to make some of the houses, so they might not work very well onto the workshop. So like this one, I don't even know if I could. But you've got sort of fencing here, you've got different terrain, like maybe if I saved it as a habitat, possibly would be able to. But yeah, I might try it. I did put the bison one on there, but obviously it needs a few instructions on it for it to actually look how it's supposed to look because of the way I've used certain barriers in there and some custom fencing, like a mixture of the two. So yeah, that's the White Rhino house. I don't know how many 778 pieces. Oh no. Well, that's not actually as much as I thought, but then like, there's lots of random little bits. 778. So yeah, in theory, maybe I might be able to. Select. That's it, won't work, will it? It does say I can save it as a blueprint. So possibly. See what it looks like. See what it misses, if it misses anything out. You might be able to. Just checking to see if anything is missing. It looks alright, to be fair. So yeah, it's mostly just this issue here. Just need to put some sort of barrier along there. Really. I'm just going to save it now, and then if I think of anything else I will change it. So I didn't put a house on it. So yeah, keep an eye out, you may have that. On there. Right, I'll double check a few things again, but especially with the placement, it might need instructions, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'll have a look into doing that. Yeah. So when was the last birth of a rhino? White rhino, I'm not sure. Indian rhino, last December. So, I don't know why that's like that. So yeah, that is the zoo so far, pretty much. So there's still quite a lot to do, but it's getting there. So I just kind of got a little bit burnt out with it, because I was doing so much every week. that I got a little bit tired of doing it, so that's why I've had a little bit of a break. Still like the odd live streamy bit, but a bit of a break from doing the proper episodes. But I'm going to try and get back into it soon. So I've been doing quite a few other things, like, does it use South America pack? I don't know. Yes, maybe for these. Oh no, not that. These. That might be. Yeah, that's South America. These beams, I'm afraid. I love this zoo. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So future stuff. So. Yeah, so currently, I've started the Planet Zookeeper series, which is really good. I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to carry on doing that. I have been doing obviously, want to carry on doing the Whipsnade recreation as well. But then I've also been doing a couple of random builds or contest stuff. So I'm doing a community zoo project. And I've also been doing Delay Designers Tiger contest, and that ends next week, next Sunday, or no, not next Sunday, this Sunday I think it is. So that's why I have been trying to finish that. I'm gonna do a proper episode on it as well, as a random episode, because I think it'd be cool to just show off like what I've done and everything. So I've been trying to get that done, and obviously that's got a time limit, so I've been focusing a bit more on that, especially this week, which is why there's no video today, and I thought I'd do this instead. So yeah, I'll still try and keep up with doing an episode each week, but I probably won't always be a Whipsnade recreation now, because I'm expanding my my sort of repertoire of videos. So hopefully people are okay with that. Obviously I'm still hoping to get all of this done, but it just might be dotted throughout with other things. But I think it's quite nice. It's nice for me having a little bit of a break from it, and hope people seem to really like the Planet Zookeeper episode as well. So hopefully that will be really useful for people, and they'll continue to enjoy that. So yeah, I'll be trying to stream as well, but I will do different things each week rather than just always a Whipsnade one plus something else. It will just be a random video, but I'll try and make sure it doesn't go too long between different series. So not like just do 10 Whipsnade ones and then do another Planet Zookeeper. Like, I'll try and sort of space them out a bit. What's a community zoo? So it's basically Mrs. T-Rex. I don't know if she's still in the chat and watching, but she's organised a community zoo where she split a zoo map into loads of little squares, and then people have just been saying how many squares they want and what they want to build, and they're going to do that. So it's really cool. There's loads of cool stuff done already, and I'm going to do like a desert house and Gendersbok habitat. So yeah, that'll be my little contribution. So I'll do an episode as well based on that. I've done a live stream on Twitch on it, but I will do an episode on my build too, and she will also be doing stuff on her channel to do with people's builds too. So yeah, check it out when she starts it. I don't think she started it already, but yeah, loads of cool stuff on there. So yeah, I'll be working on that. There's no time limit on that, which is nice, but the Delay Designers Tiger challenge, I'll go through it all properly in the actual video itself, but it's obviously got a time limit, so I need to get it finished, otherwise I won't win. Not that I necessarily would win anyway, but I'm trying to do a good job of it so that I hopefully have a chance, but we'll see. I'm sure there'll be loads of really cool stuff done by people. So Yeah, I'll try and get that done. So I'm not sure exactly what will be next week. I have started some of the prep for Planet Zookeeper as well, the next one, which I'm hoping to be planting. So yeah. If you haven't already, check me out on Twitch if you've got it. Doing live streams on there. I've got a Discord as well. Let me try and find the links for these, because I'm very unprepared. Try and grab the link. I can never remember where to find it. I need to just write it down somewhere. I remember how I got it last time. I went onto Twitch. That's what I did. Because there was a nice easy link to copy on there. Right. So there we go, that is the link for the Discord if you're interested. And yeah, follow me on Twitch if you're on there and you want to see any live streams. What we're building, hello George, I'm not actually building anything in this one. This was just a tour, a simple zoo tour of what I've done so far in Whipsnade recreation. And just talking about future plans and things. So yeah, but we've finished the tour. If there's anything anyone specifically wants to see now, let me know. Otherwise, probably end it there. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the full thing so far. It's quite nice for me to go around it as well, to be honest. Spend a lot of time building it and don't actually get to look around it. How many bongo do we have? We've got 1 male, 2 females. A minute. I also don't know what I'm going to work on next in the Whipsnade. My Whipsnade Zoo. Probably, I feel like maybe something back down here. I said earlier mountain bongo. Eastern mountain bongo. So yeah, I might do. This bit's really hard because it's all covered in trees, and I don't really want to do it, even though I will do it obviously. But and like I said, this lot is all terrain, awkward with terrain. Yeah, meerkats. Could do the meerkats. It's a very small one, and it's kind of. Yeah, I might be able to do the meerkats plus something else, because I do kind of want to do this, the Africa outpost, a little bit there as well, and they're similar style. So maybe I'll do it like that. And it'd probably be better to have a short one, because I've still got a bit of the contest stuff to do this week before it finishes, so I'll have less time to do the Whipsnade recreation stuff. So yeah, that might be an option if you're keen to see that one, Panda Boy, the meerkats, and the Africa outpost, and maybe one other little bit. As I said, there's loads of little things that need doing. in here. Maybe the shed. The tiger contest is a contest to build a tiger rehabilitation centre, basically. As I said, I'll specify all the details about it in the video that I make about it, but yeah, it's being run on Delay Designers Discord, so people can all have a go at it and then they will choose a winner, basically. So yeah, hopefully, I think the submissions go in and then they do voting, and then they'll make decisions on winners, and she does a video on it as well, and then we will anyone who's entered can then put stuff out about their entry. I think that's how it works. So no, I can't show anything at the minute because it's all top secret, but once it's gone in and everything and the process has all been done, then I'll be able to put my video on showing it all off and that sort of thing. So yeah, right, I think we've pretty much got to 2 hours now. So yeah, so I think I'm probably going to end it there. So thank you for joining. As I said, if you're interested in the Discord, the link is just a bit higher in the chat. If you want to follow me on Twitch, then check out my Twitch channel, which is Bongo Hardwood as well. If you have enjoyed and you're not already subscribed, then feel free to subscribe, that'd be very nice. You can keep up to date with all the future stuff, future videos, episodes. As I said, I will still try and do a video every week, but I will vary what it is now that I've got a few different things happening. So it'll be a mixture of like Whipsnade Zoo recreation stuff, Planet Zookeeper, and then any random builds that I do, and I'll still try and do odd live streams whenever I can on various different topics and things. So yeah, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.